Okay, so today's video is going to be showing off the Blue Eyes Invoked engine budget build for those of you who got the Blue Eyes structure decks that have just been out and don't want to fork out for all the Primite stuff that's way too expensive. This is a budget version of Blue Eyes that is somewhat competitive. So I'm going to be going over the video and just a little plug for myself. Any of you who are on Cardmarket, European friends, guys watching, I do have a Cardmarket thing. I will leave the link in the description to check out any cards that I have. If you let me know, maybe contact me, let me know if you see any cards in the video that you might like or anything in any of the videos that I do, any of the stuff openings we do, when you see any of the cards you like, comment or send me a message and I'll put them up for sale or whatever. I might do a deal if you say you've come from Europe or something, you know. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the video. This video, or this deck, is a bit more grindy than the Centurion build I just showed. So it can go kind of round 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Kind of. Whereas Centurion is a glass cannon, it builds its board, it's finished, and that's it, you know. So, yeah, let's go. So, first cards we have obviously is 2 Blue Eyes. Still running 2 Blue Eyes as you do. Has to be done. If we could run it at 1, I absolutely would. But it is a brick, unfortunately. Speaking of breaks, Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, you do not want to see this. If you do see it, you do want to discard it with Wishes, which is fine. But other than that, it does have a way of using Sage to special summon it from deck, which is nice, and then use it for a synchro summon and get rid of it in the graveyard. Now, when a card is destroyed, it special summons itself. It also has like a defensive effect, which is pretty nice. Okay. We have 3 Sage. Always was, always will be the heart and soul of the deck, I suppose. It just searches level 1 Light Tuner, but it also can use it in the hand to target an effect monster, send it to grave, and then special summon Blue Eyes from deck. But yeah, you can use that with the likes of Maiden, because Maiden, when Maiden's targeted, it can special summon a Tuner or a Blue Eyes from grave. So you can literally use this to send and summon the Jet Dragon, and then activate this to special summon back Sage. So even though you're losing a monster, you're not losing a monster, and it's just win, 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 win. They're very, very good cards. Obviously, from the structure deck, we have the new Maiden. Very, very good card again. If you open up with just this or just this, it's kind of full combo. It is full combo because this searches True Light. So all you do is discard that and activate True Light from your deck, and then True Light can search out your card or special Blue Eyes from grave. And then I'm still running the Master. I can't part with Master, and the reason being is I've noticed most of my boards can go into like 1 spirit, maybe 2 spirits, but Master like ensures a spirit. So basically what you do is you'd search this off the Wishes and use the field spell for your second normal summon to summon this. If you don't go into your Invoke stuff, let's say, I'll show a combo at the end of the video, but and I've shown this in the previous video, but basically you'd use Sage, search this, go into your kind of Blue Eyes plays, and you get one spirit, and then you'd obviously search this off Wishes as well as the Moon, and then you'd activate this to bring this back to hand. And before you go into Spirit, obviously you can then target this and then special summon out Blue Eyes Jet. So you will have your 2 spirit then, just for the price of having running 1 card in your deck. Yeah, so that is that. Then we have one of the best search cards in the game. Is just it searches. You could have to discard a card, but you add a light and you add a light tuner and you add a spell or trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck. It also has the effect that it banish itself, and you can equip a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, to go into your Tyrant Blue Eyes plays, or to just have like a protection effect on a Blue Eyes monster. Then we have the Mausoleum, which is an additional normal summon of a light monster, but it also gets Blue Eyes into rotation by targeting a monster. So again, you can target this or this, get effects off, but normally you're just targeting the link and then sending a Blue Eyes from deck to grave to get it in rotation so you can special summon it. Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. This one is a polymerization as well by banishing, but we don't really use that effect, but you can. Especially in this sort of build, but basically you just special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck or graveyard or banishment, so it's helping for that. It's searchable as well, which is really nice. This isn't really Blue Eyes package part, but this is Synchro Rumble and it's searched with Crimson Dragon. And then we have the last 2 traps, which is True Light. I'm not sure how good this is. A good card, but maybe in quicker builds later on down the line it'll be less useful. you only ever have like 2 blue eyes. So you're only using this to destroy 2 cards your opponent controls, which is fine. Whereas True Light is just a beast of a card. Obviously, it has the downside that if your opponent destroys it, it destroys all cards or monsters you control. But if you have like Cipher Dragon, it defends them for that one attack if that was the way your opponent was going to go to wipe the board. Excuse me. But yeah, the other card, it just, how many normal blue eyes you have in grave, it targets that many monsters your opponent controls, which is fine. It also is a ritual card when it's banished. That's it for the blue eyes stuff. It is always going to stay the same, unless obviously new support. But that's kind of I don't know. A lot of people don't play Master, but I like Master. The one Bestial Magnum, just because it's a good card, searches out some of your stuff that you might need. Yeah, not much else to say about that one really. Alistair, which is an old card, but I used to run Blue Eyes Invoked years and years and years ago. I'm pretty sure I have a video on this in this channel as well. And I used to love it. I used to do this Invoked Cyber Dragon as well, which was nice. But obviously it's been power crap. But the only difference with this one is he's a spellcaster level 4, so he can actually go into the new Link monster. So even normal summoning him, using it as your normal summon, getting into your Link monster, getting Mausoleum, then you can normal summon your Sage. So you're not really using your one normal summon on Alistair. You are, but you aren't. And that's why it's good. We have the 2 Magical Meltdown to search it, because we are running other cards to search Magical Meltdown. But Magical Meltdown, it has an effect that just stops your opponent from stopping fusion summons. But it also is a search card for Alistair. And then we're running the 1 Invocation, which is definitely one of the coolest cards ever. You don't run any, so Invocation is this thing that you can banish your opponent's graveyard as well, so you can get rid of some really important plays on your opponent's graveyard. But normally you're just using the Link 1 and the Alistair to go into Invoked Mechaba, and we'll go into that in a minute. That is a negate as well. Yeah, I'm running the 1 set rotation just because this is also a 1 card starter, so you can get your if I don't know, they stop if they ash your Link monster, or they, I don't know, for some reason you can't get to Mausoleum, set rotation will get Magical Meltdown to their side and set rotation to your side, or vice versa, depending on what you need. So yeah, we're just running that one for now. That is it for the Invoked engine bar the extra deck. Or Invoked cards bar the extra deck. So now we get into hand traps. So we're running 2 Nib now from the 3. It's just, yeah, I just did 3 Ash Blossom, best hand trap still at the moment. 3 Effect Veiler, because it is searchable with Sage. It's a negate, why not? Call by the Grave, just to stop your opponent's stuff. 2 Triple Tactics Talents. Again, Board Breaker stops your opponent. There's some games where I won where I just took my opponent's monster that was troublesome after they used their negate, whatever, and it was just a game over. And then Infinite Impermanence, which is just another great hand trap. But good utility as well. Okay. I don't have much of a side deck. I don't see the point of going into a side deck. I can, I suppose, at the end of the video, but for now, let's just go into the extra deck. We have the 1 Invoked Mechaba, and what Mechaba does is, if your opponent activates a spell, you discard a spell and negates it. If your opponent activates a monster, you discard a monster and negates it. Basically, that's all it does. It can only do that once per turn, though. I am running the 1 Caliga. Now, you can run a second Mechaba or a second whatever you want, but Caliga this is the old text. It has been errated since then. But basically, if you have your board built and then you use your invoke stuff at the end, you can essentially make your opponent only be able to activate 1 monster effect per turn, which is really nice. So it's just like it's just a cool card, and the chances are if your opponent's using Bestials or something, or has Darks in the grave, that's what it's for. Tyrant is just a going second, blow up your board sort of thing. Basically all you do is you equip Neo Blue Eyes with wishes from your extra deck, or you banish the wishes from the grave, equip it, and then this card specifically can be special summoned just by doing that. So there's the Neo. Neo has the effect in grave that if your opponent targets a Blue Eyes, you can banish this and negate it, which is why it's cool. Still running the 3 Spirit Dragon just because I think it is the best card in the deck. If something's to be hit, it'll probably be that. Hopefully not. The one Lightstorm Dragon just to get rid of troublesome back row your opponent might have, as well as another level 9. The one Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, brilliant card, love it. It's such cool artwork as well. Yeah, it's just nice. Cosmic Blazar, you use that to go into that with Crimson Dragon, same as Stardust Cipher, which is a spirit has the effect to destroy at the end of a turn. So when you go into this and use this Crimson Dragon to get this, it protects it, and that's why you do that. Crimson Dragon then searches out the Synchro Rumble, as well as it just targeting a Synchro monster and special summon a Dragon Synchro monster from your extra deck with that level. Next for the links. So the one thing I like about this build is being able to run 2 Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Actually, just a quick one. If you don't want to run Caliga, I see a lot of other builds online running SP Little Knight. So that's an option too, because you are running the links as well. It's handy. But yeah, Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Sometimes you can just go into the second one with a spellcaster. If you, let's say your second normal summon, you have a Blue Eyes or something on the field, you can go into this. It doesn't get an effect, but it becomes a dragon, which helps you into seals. And sometimes ending on seals, if that's the best you can do, that's the best you can do. Sometimes just the hands are like that, unfortunately. But seals is one of the best dragon support out there to this day. Yeah, I'll go into the extra or side deck. We have our tokens. I'll go into the side deck real quick, but it's not really, it's not finished yet. 2 Alistair just for banishy decks, even though it does stuff. Baldrake, feel free to run this Druid Swarm, a variation of Bestial. So you can do Druid Swarm, you can do whatever you want. You can do another, you can't do another Magnum up, but you can do Druid Swarm and you can do Baldrake, whatever. I'm running the one Spooky Dogwood, but this would be a full loss if I had money. Pretty much. Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit, just to have, I suppose. It's a cool card. It's a light, so it works well. The 3 Book of Eclipse, it can be ashed, but it is a board breaker. And then still going with the 3 Dimension Shifter just to stop your opponent from doing those troublesome things. If this said Link on it, it would be one of... It'd probably be a staple, like, because then your opponent has to go into something. Bar, obviously, you'd side it out if you realised your opponent was using something that wasn't extra deck based. Okay, let's do a little small enough combo, I suppose. This combo is more of a 2-card combo because I feel like it's the best way. Obviously, I can just show you the 1-card combo with the 1 Alistair. But yeah, it is what it is. So you have to remember, there is other ways to get this. So obviously, you can run 2 Magical Meltdown. You're running 3 of this. A chance that you could open with 1. And... again, it works with other cards, but let's say you're going into Sage. Let's say these are your 2 open hands. Now, like that, you are running the likes of... you are running the Maiden, which does similar. Do you know, it's the same kind of Alistair. Anyway, look, we'll go into this and see. Optimal hands, these 2. But yeah, so we go into Alistair. Alistair activates effect to search for Invocation. Then we can link away this. Let's see if I can see it there. Yeah. Okay, to go for our link 1. Now, our link 1 gets us the field spell. So I'm going to leave the field spell up here so you can still see. It's just still our hand here. Okay. And he's there. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. Okay. Next, we'll use the field spell to target the spirit to send a Blue Eyes from deck to grave. And then we will go to our normal summon. So then we can activate Sage, effect after normal summoning, and go into Maiden. We're going to send Maiden straight away to go into our True Light. Now, we have True Light on the field. If you can see there, that's True Light. And True Light will then get us our wishes. So what I mean, so wishes is going to be set. What I mean by this is your kind of, let's say your opponent stops you from doing this stuff. You will have Sage in this. But what you can do is you can link away this to the other dragon and then end on a Heretic Seals. Not optimal, but it can be done. Okay, we'll activate wishes, and we don't really want to get rid of our invocation. If there was another card to discard, that would be great. But if it isn't, fair enough, you're gonna have to discard the invocation. But for now, let's say you didn't discard the invocation, that you discarded whatever other card was in your hand, and we're gonna go for the roar, and we're gonna go for master. Okay, now while this is going on, we can now activate this effect to send this and special summon our Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then because Maiden's in the grave, we can special summon Maiden. Okay. Next, we can activate the invocation, banishing our Alistair and our Spirit with Eyes of Blue. For our, I'll put him Invoked up. I don't think I actually want to put him in the extra deck, extra month zone, but for now, for space reason, we're going to summon Invoked Mechaba. Okay, we're going to activate Invocation's effect in the grave to put it back into the deck, and then add to our hand Alistair from our banish zone. So now we have a negate, just in case your opponent, I don't know if that was 5 summons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, that would have been summon number 6. I don't even know if Alistair can stop Nibiru. Maybe let me know in the comments. But now this is the way your hand is looking, as well as 2 other cards that you would have had. But yeah, so next we can activate Wish's effect by banishing it and equipping to our Blue Eyes, Neo Blue Eyes. Okay. Then what we can do is we can go into Blue Eyes and Sage in our grave to go into our first spirit. Okay. Now what we can do is we can summon Master and activate Master's effect, targeting the Sage and putting Sage back in our hand. Then what we're going to do is we're going to activate Sage's effect to target the Maiden, sending it to grave. And in doing so, activate Maiden's effect, which special summons a level 1 tuner from grave. So the level 1 tuners, 2 and 1 chain link. So 2 is going to special summon Sage. And then Sage is going to go off, getting rid of the Maiden, and special summoning. Where's my deck gone? Oh yeah, special summoning out our Blue Eyes Jet. Next, we can go into Master and Jet to go for our second spirit. Okay. Now, we have Roar of the Moon still, so we can actually activate Roar of the Moon to special summon the second Blue Eyes from our deck. Okay. Now we have Sage and we have Blue Eyes. And we can synchro those off for the third Spirit Dragon. 3 Spirit Dragons with the 2 card hand opening is not too bad. Neo's obviously gone to the graveyard, so your opponent can't target it, as well as having a 1 monster negate from Mechaba and a graveyard effect negate from Spirit. But yeah, okay, so then obviously you can go off and do your normal things. I'd leave 1 Spirit on the field, but get rid of the other 2 using their effects to go into 1 Crimson Dragon and 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. So Crimson Dragon's effect would go off, getting you the card Synchro Rumble, which is there, just for an extra card. So now you have, technically, you have a monster and a spell negate from Mechaba. Crimson Dragon would target this Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, summoning Cipher, Stardust Cipher Dragon. So I'm just putting them in attack mode to show you, but I would normally put these in defense just because of Lightning Storm. Yeah, that's kind of the board, just with those 2 cards. There is plenty of ways to search and whatever those 2 cards. But if you do get those cards without any interruptions, you know, at the same time, you're still going to have 2 other cards in your hand. And you have a spell and monster negate from Mechaba. So this is a monster negate on field. This is an Omni negate. This is a graveyard negate, and this is a negate. Not that it really matters, but True Light would activate on your opponent's turn, setting Majesty. Obviously, you won't be able to activate Majesty this turn, but I mean, it sets it, so that's another thing. Yeah, all in all, it seems like a really, really cool build of Blue Eyes. It's strong. Again, not sure which one is better. I'm still testing the two of them out. Centurion and Invoked are really, really cool builds. Yeah, they're really, really cool. But yeah, look, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And yeah, we're getting a lot of support lately. Gaining a lot of subscribers. Really fun, really nice. Shows what I'm doing is cool. Look, I just do this in my spare time. I just have a love for the game, and it's fun to do. So yeah, keeps me busy.